Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. Today I'm going to help you write an argumentative speech full outline with attention getter, thesis statement, main points, and the examples, conclusion. I mean, it's a whole thing, right? So stay connected and you can always leave a comment for any query and I would love to answer. Let's get started. As in my previous video, I clarified that argumentative speech, we have three categories, such as fact, value, and policy. So these are those situations or categories where we argue or we can have opinions and we justify them with answers or evidences. So coming to fact, we have, let me just describe it. It is a fact, but people can have different opinions. And if you have different opinion, definitely you support that with evidence. For instance, a healthy diet is sugar-free. Anyone would be understanding that this is a fact. Yes, okay, but many people don't agree. Like, why do I have to eat something or drink something which is not even tasty? I like it sweet. So if any of these sides, you should have your support. For instance, the other example is foreign labor is vital for the economy, and it's true. It's true that foreign labor is important. Anyone, like in a country, you bring doctors, engineers, teachers, scholars from outside, definitely it's helping the economy, but anyone can have a different opinion. Another person can say, no, why to have foreign labor so much when we can have our own people? So it's fact, right? So these are the examples of fact. I will give you other examples too, but this is along with the description we are discussing it. When it comes to value, it's aqdar, something related to a human factor, to the sensitive side, and it involves our beliefs about something is right or wrong, good or bad, moral or immoral, or even fair or unfair. So it has something to do with our ikhlaq, our iqdar, our values, our norms, right? For example, it's right for the elderly in Oman to be put into old age. For instance, if you have old, like grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, if they get old, it's okay to put them in old age. It sounds bad to us because this is not our culture, right? And we don't want that. Not only culture, it's not even part of our religion. But it is a topic of argumentative speech related to value, right? Another example is doctors can help very sick people to die. You know that mercy injection? When a person is so sick and he has a chronic disease and there is no cure to that disease, and the problem is that the patient is also suffering, family is also suffering because they cannot see that patient or that beloved one in that pain, but due to that sickness which has no cure, everyone is suffering. So euthanization is the process that they do. They give an injection and the patient dies without feeling any pain and gone from the world. So there is you know this topic can have this can have a lot of debate, I would say. Like, it should be illegal, it should be not illegal. It is a whole process. Like, who would like to see their beloved ones dying, knowingly that they are dying, right? So it's something related to our feelings as a human being. All right, policy, as it's very much clear, like policy can be something kanun, like something related to law, something that comes in our mind. Ah, okay, this should be done. Government should do that, or this should be done in the society. So there is something that you suggest that it should be done. And it's not only something should be done in the end of a topic which is related to policy in argumentative speech. Always remember that there is a call for action, because due to that suggestion, you are giving your suggestion, but you are giving strong evidences that it should be done. And in the end, it requires an action. And policies emerge like that, or they are the need of the time, right? Or there is modification because there is an action element in the end of that speech or letter or something like. But here we are talking about a speech, right? So the example could be Oman should put more speed cameras and traffic police on all its highways. Another is all types of plastic carry bags should be banned. Now, if I would see the action, so all the grocery stores, if this is approved, if this is I would say a formal approval given to this decision, then in Lulu, in Makkah Hyper, in Grand, in everywhere, we would not see plastic carry bags, but we would see paper bags, because this is the action call after the policy. It would become a law. It would become a rule, right? So understanding it more further, fasting is healthy. Yes, we are Muslim. We understand that fasting is healthy, but not everyone can be agreeing to that. So people might have different opinions. So as I said, fact is something true, but people might have different opinions based on that. So they justify it. Or another one, flexible working hours reduce traffic jam. Oh, right. So you don't call everyone to come in the morning and go by 4 or 5, but there are different, time slots, and it would help having less traffic jam. Okay. So people can agree or disagree, but this topic is related to fact. All right. Another example is human beings cannot survive on Mars. Now, a lot of debate might be even now in trends that whether we should go to Mars or we shouldn't go to Mars. Mr. Elon Musk is ready to take us there. How we would be living there, or there is no life there. It's difficult for human beings. But see, operations or activities are in process. So this is related to fact. I hope it has been clarified any further. Let me increase the size further. All right, values. As I explained, it is related to our norms, our culture, our beliefs, or good or bad, or manners, right? So zoos, aquariums, and circuses. I mean, aquarium where you have fish, or the water life, or fish and animals that in the sea, right? And zoos where we know what is a zoo. And circuses, they violate animal rights and should be shut down. Means if you are having these animals to be trained and perform in circuses, this is against their right to be an animal in the wild, right? They should be free to live a free life, right? So this is related to values. Another one, the sale of human organs should be legal. Now, we don't know if someone is dying and is badly in need of a heart, and a heart surgery can save that person's life. So, shall they be looking for a donor, and the donor is ready for that? I mean, before dying, that person had already donated, but it has saved somebody's life. But on the other hand, there are other people who would be not considering it something right, or in many countries it might not be even legal, right? So it's a debate, it's a topic which has two sides. Another one, right, the last one is four values, right? Death penalty should be abolished. Now if someone has killed somebody, and like he is attending to the court, and going to hear the decision of the judge or of the jury, everything, they decide that it's wrong to give a penalty, that he should be sentenced to death. But on the other hand, if you look at the other party, of whom that this person has killed a beloved one, someone very dear to them, and they are demanding, no, he should be also hanged to death. So it's a debate, right? When it comes to policy, so let's see, paper-based exam system and scores do not reflect students' performance. So as a result to that, an action could be that no more paper-based exam, or there should be some other replacement of paper-based exam, which would really guarantee students' performance or learning. Number two, the racing industry should be forced to use environmental friendly fuel. There is a lot of money involved in racing industry, so they are suggesting that they should be forced to use environmental friendly fuel. All right, any students caught cheating on an examination should be automatically dismissed from college or university. Oh, this is quite serious, right? So this is related to policy. If this policy is approved, Guys, you are in danger, huh? All right, so I hope that you have clarified, I mean, you have understood completely that what can be the zones of these topics, right? Related to fact, values, and policy. Now, as I promised that we are going to write an outline, I decided to write an outline for the topic exams are incorrectly defining the word intelligence. It's somehow closer to this paper-based exam systems and scores do not reflect students' performance, but it's not completely this. Somehow it has the shade of it, but this is my topic. This is something I would like to talk about today or write the outline. But this is an article written by Mr. Maxwell, who is a second year law student. All right, in attention getter, if my topic is this, exams are incorrectly defining the word intelligence, and I know that my attention getter should be something which really attracts the attention of my audience, and it creates a hunger to hear more. So I would try my best, and let me say something catchy. I would say, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you ever have experienced stress before the exams. All right, now you are saying that, and it's quite a question that you want the audience to respond to. As we agree that we are not involving in our speech the audience to give their opinion, because each student is provided with a limited time, so we would just ask a question which can be the question only receiving a raise of hands, right? And in this case, I think most of the students would be raising hands. Raise your hands if you ever have experienced stress before the exams. So if you see people are raising their hands, so you would say, thank you. Today's speech is on the same topic, whether on the same topic of exams are incorrectly defining the meaning of intelligence. All right. Okay, I'm trying to find out whether my attention getter is really related to my topic. But if I look at my attention getter, it's giving an idea that my topic is more related to maybe exam phobia or stress. However, it's a point in my speech. It's one of the point. Okay, let me think of another. Okay, I can say the same thing. Raise your hands if you agree that paper-based exams are not are not the true. Here, let me just write it. Do not portray the true picture or the true image of students' competence. All right, I think this is more related to my topic. So what I would do, I would remove that one. Raise your hands if you agree that paper-based exams don't portray the true image of students' competence. And if you see people are raising hands, you would say, thank you. Today's speech is on the same topic of exams are incorrectly defining the meaning of intelligence or students' performance. Okay. Now this is done with the attention getter, and now I'm moving to my thesis statement. All right. Now when it comes to thesis statement, I'm I'm already aware of the fact that I have to give my thesis statement with two main preview points, right? So I would say, but I also know that I have to use the transitional statements, you know. So I would say, concerning the fact, and I have taken it from the example that I gave you in the previous video of using those sentences before starting your argumentative speech. Concerning the fact that exams are, or exams incorrectly define the word intelligence, right? I firmly believe that. Now you should be having, this is done with your starting, right? You just gave a strong opinion. So not so strong opinion, but you have shown your standpoint, that this is your stance, right? So you would say, I firmly believe that memorization is not indicative of real knowledge. And so it's my second point, and there is an element of stress attached to exams. Okay, let me show you what we have now. I have the transitional statement for my standpoint, that concerning the fact that exams incorrectly define the word intelligent. So this is my topic. This is my topic, right? You see, this is my topic. But this one, all right, I will highlight it in a different color so that you can understand. This one and this one. These two sentences are my transitional statements, which are showing that my opinion goes like this, or this is my firm belief, this is how I support this idea or notion, right? But when it comes to here, memorization is not indicative of real knowledge. Okay, so this is my first point. This is my first point of body, and there is an element of stress attached to exam. This is my second main point. So you see how we have clubbed. So it goes like transitional statement plus your topic plus 2 points. So this is making your thesis statement. Okay, so I would just remove it and we would move to the next. Not 3 for here, we have 2. Okay, when it comes to body, I said memorization is not indicative of real knowledge. I would copy it from here and I would go there. Okay, so memorization is not indicative of real knowledge, or memorization, I would make it more easy for you so that you can understand. Memorization does not doesn't show, or does not doesn't ensure the real knowledge. Okay, so you can choose any of this, but choose one, either this or that. I always say to my students, better to use formal words or more professional words, so you can go with that. But indicative ishara, yani it's signaling that memorization, when you are ratifying, when you are remembering and you are just trying to hifaz, you are putting in your memory, it's not the real signal that you understand what you are what you are being tested for, okay, in the exam. Now we are going to write our first point. I would remove that so that it's easy for me to write. So it goes like, my first point is students memorize. I'm giving example, further example, right? Students memorize facts, concepts, and statistics, right? In the exam, for exam you prepare that. And regurgitate regurgitate, which means repeat or say the same, right? Regurgitate the same in the test, okay? And not only that, or not only this, but skills like creativity, thinking out of the box, and critical analysis cannot be tested in the paper-based exam or exams. All right, this is my first point. You can say that they are regurgitating the same thing, they are repeating the same thing, and this is my first point. Okay, where is the transitional statement? Here. This is my transitional statement, okay? Not only this. Now we would move to the second point, and I would say, I'm removing that. I would say exams are not testing all of our intellectual skills. That exams do test. Okay, let me finish that. Skills, they don't test all of our intellectual skills. The skills that exams usually test are irrelevant when it comes to those in the working world or in practical life, okay? By this I mean that although you are attending an exam, okay, but those intellectual skills, for instance, in the interview, you might be questioned that sell yourself or market yourself, but this is not part of any exam. How to prepare you for that intellectual skill, it's not part of exam. Not only this, I would say, I mean, you can add, let me clarify this point more. Now, how do you clarify? Employability skills, teamwork, and flexibility cannot be tested through written exams. My exams should be written, not written. Okay. Here you used, let me clarify this point more. This is transitional statement. Now coming to the whole thing. Memorization is not indicative of real knowledge, or memorization doesn't ensure the real knowledge. You use any one of it, okay? And your first point is students memorize facts, concepts, and statistics and regurgitate or repeat the same in the test. This is your point, okay? Not only this is your transitional statement, and also it supports you to be good in your argumentative speech as a person who has a point to argue, right? Now, but skills like creativity, thinking out of the box, and critical analysis cannot be tested in the paper-based exams. Exams are, okay, you can also say, in addition to that, this can be also, you know, sequencing your points. In addition to that, exams are not testing all of our intellectual skills. The skills that exams usually test are irrelevant to those in the working world. This is my second point. Okay, this is my. You can start. Wait. Let me highlight it. The skills. You can start, like in the previous speeches, we were giving these points in the beginning, but as it is argumentative speech, so we are focusing more on using transitional statements to support or to show that my point is very strong, right? So this is my point. Let me repeat. In addition to that, exams are not testing all of our intellectual skills. The skills that exams usually test are irrelevant to those in the working world or in the practical life. Let me clarify this point more. Employability skills, teamwork, and flexibility cannot be tested through written exams. Okay, now coming to my second point. What was the second point? My second point was, okay, here it is. It's not indicative of real life. All right, the element of stress. Okay, so let me go there. And I would say tests are, or exams, let's say exams. Exams are cause of daunting, too much, stronger, right? Daunting stress that students experience. Now this is my second point. I say it has an element of stress in it. The exams have an element of stress. So what is my first point? I say regarding stress, or before it, here, before it. How you would come to this, I need a transitional statement. I would say, let me move to my second point. Okay. And we would not highlight it, no need. Let me move to my second point, and the second point is transitional statement. Exams are cause of daunting stress that students experience. Regarding stress, I would like to highlight the fact that, okay, now I stopped here because this is also another transitional statement, and you are supporting your idea from, you're starting from here, okay? So you say, end of year marks, let me create the situation, and end of year marks, okay, marks determined by only few hours, only few quite, you are really quite in exams, only few quite hours in the exam hall has its psychological pressure, right, on students, and can lead to productive performance. All right, you have a strong point here. You're saying that regarding stress, I would like to highlight the fact that end of year marks determined by only few quiet hours in the exam hall has its psychological pressure on students and can lead to unproductive results or performance. And then you add, if you want to, not only that, okay, you say not only academic, okay, or not only academic pressure, but also, okay, but also it can be physical. It can be a physical symptom. It can have physical symptoms such as chest ache or what else you are going through, right? You can go through chest ache or what else? Tell me, what are the other problems that you can go through, such as and headaches. Let me say that chest ache or headaches. Okay, I would never say heart attack because it's something very exaggerated. But I think some of the students might have, so much stress that they are not feeling well. But yes, this is true. May God save you from such all of such stress, and may you do good in your exam. Now let me take a start. What did we write? Regarding stress, I would like to highlight the fact that end of year marks determined by only few quiet hours in the exam hall has its psychological pressure on students and can lead to unproductive performance. Not only academic pressure, this is another statement, but also, okay, but also it can have physical symptoms such as chest ache or headaches. Okay, moving to my second point, I would like to add, to provide further support, I would like to mention that different students deal with stress in different ways. And I'm sure you would be agreeing to that. Not everyone is so bold or so confident, okay? So you would say, mention that, okay? That's different phrase. Now you are going to explain that. For example, okay? We can't simply say that the person who deals with stress well is more intelligent or good in studies. All right? Whilst the only thing preventing the other student from doing well is only their inability to deal with stress. You see what I'm saying here? Not everyone can deal with stress in a better way, but it doesn't mean that those who are dealing with stress in a good way, they are good students, or they are more hardworking than the students who cannot deal with the stress well, but is really a hard worker, right? So where is the transitional statement? For example, here you have clarified. All right, so we have now body, and our body is completed of the outline, and now we are moving to our conclusion. So in the conclusion, I'm going to have 2 points to review main points along with the restatement of thesis statement, restating the thesis statement. So you can say, this brings me to the end of my speech today. Today I tried. Don't force on people what you have said. Just say, I tried to highlight the fact that paper-based exams are not the only determiners of students' performance. Okay, due to the reasons such as, now here I want my first point and second point. Memorization cannot be the replacement, replacement of real knowledge, and the stress or pressure is linked to the idea of exams. Okay, let me have a look. This brings me to the end of my speech. You gave a transitional statement, then you said, today I tried to highlight the fact. Okay, so this is showing your standpoint, and also it is telling your topic. Okay, so here I would say this is your topic, and this is also your standpoint. You believe in saying, in supporting the idea, or this is your strong conviction. Then comes your restatement of review main points. So you say, due to the reasons such as, this is number 1, memorization cannot be the replacement of real knowledge. Okay, and we would highlight this, and after and, the stress is linked with the idea of exams. Okay, now residual message, I would say, rather than having a quote, we would be more practical, and I would say, okay, please excuse me with the idea that if not exam, then I should be also giving a suggestion. If not this, because due to your suggestion, you are saying in your speech that paper-based exam or testing, it's not a real determiner that students are good or not good, but you should also provide then what is good. Okay, so this can go to your residual message. So I understand that complete abolishing or finishing or ending, abolishing the exams is not the solution. So you are showing a rational attitude here. It's not the solution, because some of the exams do test our ability to solve problems, for instance in maths or other subjects, to solve problems, or spell checking, and teach importance, because you study, right, importance of hard work. But cannot be the sole determiner of our intelligence. Okay, so you are showing that you are ending, but you're also being rational, that you agreeing to the idea that this is not the solution. Okay, so this is good, but then what? You have also supported the idea that they really help in solving problems, spell checking, or teaching us how to be hard worker. But again, you are saying that this is not the sole determiner of your intelligence. Okay, so although it's not there, call for action, but I would write it here under this. I would say you should have a call for action, but don't write it when you're submitting it to your teachers. No need to write call for action. I'm writing it for the sake of showing it to you that what should be done. Okay, after writing what should be done, you can remove it. Now, what can be the call for action? I would say universities and schools, or whatever, and schools need to take a holistic picture or holistic approach. Holistic approach. Holistic means everything, complete, from top to down, right, left, every side. A holistic approach when testing students for examination. By how? By using examinations in combination. Where is my B? Okay, in combination with other practices, assessments of students' soft skills. Okay, so I would correct this place and I would remove the distance. Okay, and you're saying this will be showing the true ability of students' competency and learning. All right, so you are giving a suggestion. What should be done? So this is your call for action. Let me read. Universities and schools need to take a holistic approach when testing students by using. So this is your suggestion. This is your suggestion, right? I would highlight it. And this is also, this holistic approach is also your suggestion. So you're saying they should have this approach, and how they will have this approach, you are giving them answers here also to, or solution to the problem. So this will be showing the true ability of students' competency and learning. Let's read it from the top, and we are reading as if we are presenting. Okay, so you started. Raise your hands if you agree that paper-based exams don't portray the true image of students' competence. If students are raising their hand, so you would say, thank you. Today's speech is also on the same topic of exams are incorrectly defining the meaning of intelligence or students' performance. So you would read it like this, and then we are moving to the thesis statement. Concerning the fact that students, please believe me, this is argumentative speech, and it's very important that you have that life in your sentences, which really shows that you are trying to fight for your point. You are speaking with your heart, and you say that this is the only truth, right? So say, concerning the fact that exams incorrectly define the word intelligence, I firmly believe that memorization is not indicative of real knowledge, and there is an element of stress attached to exams. One thing I would say, this is a whole speech, and I wrote it for explaining it to you. So don't be afraid or don't be worried that teacher, we would have to write so much. No, you don't have to write so much. You can even write a point here. And if you want to really remember these signal words or statements, you can write these. But after that, you may write the point. Why I wrote it fully? Because I want to show you that how you should explain your point. There is nothing else than that. All right. Now, coming to the body, memorization is not indicative of real knowledge. So your first point is students memorize facts, concepts, and statistics and regurgitate the same in the test. Not only this, but skills like creativity, thinking out of the box, and critical analysis cannot be tested in the paper-based exams. In addition to that, exams are not testing all of our intellectual skills. The skills that exams usually test are irrelevant to those in the working world. Let me clarify this point more. Employability skills, teamwork, and flexibility cannot be tested through written exams. Let me move to my second point, or you can say moving to my second point. Why you should say moving to my second point? Because see, you see that here, let me is here also, and let me is here also. So you just see, it shouldn't be sound like there shouldn't be any monotony or repetition or same signal words one after another. Exams are cause of daunting stress that students experience. How? Regarding stress, I would like to highlight the fact that end of year marks determined by only few quiet hours in the exam hall has its psychological pressure on students and can lead to unproductive performance. Not only academic pressure, but also it can have physical symptoms such as chest ache or headaches. To provide further support, I would like to mention that different students deal with stress in different ways. For example, we cannot simply say that person who deals with stress well is more intelligent or good in studies, whilst the only thing preventing the other student from doing well is only their ability to deal with stress. Coming to conclusion, this brings to the end of my speech or to the end of my talk. Today I tried to highlight the fact that paper-based exams are not the only determiners of students' performance due to the reasons such as memorization cannot be the replacement of real knowledge, and the stress is linked to the idea of exams. I understand that complete abolishing the exam is not the solution, because some of the exams do test our ability to solve problems, spell checking, and teach importance of hard work, but cannot be the sole determiner of our intelligence. Universities and schools need to take a holistic approach when testing students by using examination in combination with other practices, activities, you can also say, assessments of students' soft skill. This will be showing the true ability of students' competency and learning. Thank you so much for listening to me. So much for listening to me, and have a good day. You can thank in any way, right? All right, I think this is clear now how to write your outline and how to choose any topic from your three categories of argumentative speech. Wishing you best of luck. I would like to end my video here, and if you have any question, don't forget to write in the chat box. Stay happy, stay healthy.